Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, today I'm going to look at a small cross section of the market. This is a weekend buzz. I'm going to talk about what I think at the end of the week, what lies ahead. I have some new ideas that I want to share with you and get your feedback. With that said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. I'd like to first start off with the NASDAQ, and in NASDAQ what we are seeing here is that this is the NASDAQ futures chart. Each of these candles is a one-day candle. We are very close to the all-time high, and we have a weak MACD, and the momentum is just above average. It's getting a little bit of inspiration here and there, but I'm not sure whether we have a market fatigue as yet. But right now, the position out here on the chart looks pretty strong because there's a whole lot of supports. So even if things started turning around, there are supports which are going to slow down the drop. I will be very careful at these levels. Next, I'm looking at QQQ. Same observation with QQQ as well. The only difference being that we have not crossed this diagonal line of resistance, which has been with us for a very long time. And we already met our cup and handle target. So I don't know how much more juice is in the market. Same situation like the futures. Now, there are a couple of genomic stocks and currencies that I want to talk about for today. I'll try and keep it very short. The first one I want to talk about is PACB. So I see a lot of hope in PACB because its MACD is mending and also momentum is mending. And another aspect is that Illumina is doing exceptionally well. That's the bigger of the companies in the same sector. So if I was to put those things together, then I see hope in PACB. And even though this diagonal red line is a line of resistance, it was a bull channel support earlier, and now it could become a bull channel resistance until we break through and get on top of it. And if you look at the action in the last few days, things have been pretty good for PACB, and we saw a huge jump of 8.52% in the last trading day. So that gives a very good positive outlook for PACB. Next, I want to take a look at Illumina, which is doing extremely well in my opinion. And I think that Illumina is trying to reach the cup and handle target, which I have established somewhere around the 160 to 161 range. So somewhere 159 to 161 is the range, I would say. And it's looking pretty good out there. The MACD has also repaired itself and become green for the first time in a long time. And momentum is above average. So things are looking good, and they have put the Grail controversy behind them. So I think we have a good opportunity for Illumina to go up. And full disclosure, I have Illumina in my portfolio and I'm holding it for the long run because I think it's going to do very well. And for context, let me show you where Illumina was. Illumina was at one point of time, it's a very steep chart, so we're going a long way up. It was at one point of time a $510 stock. It's now at 144. So it's a steep discount to a good extent. And also remember, they have won their case against the EU. So that's another thing that we have to keep in mind. They are no longer bound by the EU ruling against them. So everything is looking good for Illumina, and money is starting to come back into this. This is the second item I wanted to talk to you about. Then I want to go into currencies. I want to talk about two of the currencies out here. The first one is Bitcoin USD. And let me put a disclaimer out here. I don't own any Bitcoins. I've got out of Bitcoins. I took my profits. And at this point of time, I think Bitcoin is still in the verge of reaching new heights because we have a cup and handle target of around 116,000. Elsewhere, when I look at other commentators, they are talking about 109,000. And some are saying if you cross 100,000, then you're going to do 110 easily. So those are the various numbers out there. And during the weekend, I heard Tom Lee speaking to Anthony Scaramucci in one of their Wealthy On programs, and he was talking about 250,000 for Bitcoin. So that's very aggressive. In light of all of those things, 116,000 seems reasonable to me. And it's going to be interesting out here. And I would like to add a caveat for US investors. You know the parallax effect, when two people are in a moving car and the car is moving at the same speed, when they look at each other in the same direction, it will seem like the other car is in a standstill and you are also in a standstill. So this is the kind of effect I think it's going to have for US investors who are investing in Bitcoin, because the biggest controversy is Bitcoin going to be able to hold value against inflation? So my answer is yes, it can hold value against inflation. The reason why you may not see value against inflation is if you are looking at Bitcoin from the US dollar perspective. Well, let me explain what the US is going to feel with regard to Bitcoin. When interest rates starts going up, you will find that the US dollar becomes stronger. And when the US dollar becomes stronger, Bitcoin in US dollar basis will appear cheaper. And that's the thing that we keep on seeing. However, if I look at it from the Canadian dollar Bitcoin perspective, then my value in US dollars is held very well by Bitcoin. So that's the way I would explain it, because when the US dollar becomes strong against Bitcoin, it becomes strong against all other currencies as well. So people who are denominated in other currencies will feel that their value is being held very well. They will feel that the value of their money is held very well by Bitcoin and also gold when they are denominated in foreign currency. So that's the way I would explain that. So Bitcoin still has a lot of juice to go further ahead. And then we have another one, which is Ethereum, which also has a cup and handle, as I can see here. And if you recollect, in the virtual trading game, I had invested in Ethereum as well as Bitcoin, and I did well out there. So I think Ethereum has got a possibility of going all the way up to 4,500, and it will take a little time, but it's going to happen, I think, because of this cup and handle pattern, and also because of the elevated levels of MACD and momentum. So things are looking good. And I think we have a resistance at 3674, that is 3674, which we have just about crossed, and I can mark that into a support. So we are building upon support and we are going further up. So this is a very good thing for Ethereum. And finally, I want to talk a little bit about CRISPR Therapeutics. And this is something that I came to my mind over the weekend, and I thought I'll share it with you guys and like to know what you are thinking. I feel that when the market keeps going up, our psychology is that we are going to wait for more profits, and we keep on holding and we keep on buying. And then one day suddenly the market drops, and as it starts dropping, initially we are in a bit of denial because we still have profits. So we are saying that, oh, I still have profits and this price can turn around and go back up again, and I will exit with more profits. And then you wait for a few days, it goes down further, and you say you still have some more profits. So you're going to wait for it to turn around and go up. And then suddenly one day you notice that you're in a loss. And then the loss starts increasing and you panic, and then you sell. And after you sell, the price goes up. And this has happened to many people, including myself. Just think about all the situations that you have been in. Because we have been naturally wired to look for more and more profits and buy when the price keeps on going up with the anticipation that it will go up further. What we are not wired for is to be careful and cautious when the prices are going up and to book profits. So on one end, it's important to book profits. That's what I am doing. I have already sold 50% of my holdings, I think a month ago, and booked profits, and I sat on it. Now I'm taking out more profits as we go closer and as the string gets pulled tighter and tighter for the NASDAQ and the QQQ. So that's my idea, take profits. The other thing, I think something that many of you might probably doing well as genomic investors is buying at the bottom. As long as you're managing your risk profile and you know what you're doing, buying in the bottom is a good idea, especially in good companies like CRISPR, because later on, when the price starts going up, the rest of the market is going to start coming in to chase the upward momentum, which is the natural thought process for many people. And they are going to pile in, and when it goes up, it's going to go up very fast. So whatever you have accumulated here, in the dollar cost averaging method is going to yield you great results. The only caveat I would add out there is that when you are accumulating, focus on really good companies which have got good cash balance, good therapies, and which have a prospect of surviving the next 2 to 3 years. That's point number one. And the second thing I would suggest is that make sure that when the price starts going up, you start booking profits at various stages. Don't wait for a big bang to take a huge profit. Start taking profit at various levels, just like your dollar cost average on the way down. You have to take profits on the way up. Don't wait for a big bang, because it may or may not happen, or you may become too greedy and lose the opportunity and you'll be back again. That's what I call as riding the roller coaster. So you keep on buying as the price goes down, and then you start seeing it go up and you say, yeah, it's going to go up more. And then suddenly it starts falling down and your psychology takes hold of you and you're riding through the roller coaster and you're always unhappy and you always think about missed opportunities. Again, this is my personal reflection, not financial advice. So think what you may of what I have to say, but give me your feedback in the comment section and let me know what you think. So I think all those people who are holding on to CRISPR at a lower rate, I don't think you have done a wrong thing. I just think that you are going to get an opportunity in the near future, and I don't want you to lose capitalizing on locking in the profits. So ask yourself, why are you investing? What is your objective in investing? And if those objectives are being met, then you are on the right track. But if your objectives are not being met, then you have to allow your objectives to guide your purchase and sale decisions, right? Then you'll have some happiness out there. So my objective is to take profit and preserve capital. So I've already taken profits, and some of the stocks where I've taken profits have already gone up another 10%, but I'm not crying over it, because the half that I didn't take profit on has gained that 10%. So I'm going to take another half of the profits as soon as the market opens on Monday, and that's the way I play. And when the market drops, I'll be ready with cash and I'll be buying on the way down. That's my idea. So with that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. I hope you have a great weekend, and I look forward to your comments. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.